Welcome to my channel, The Three Mountains. My name is White Eagle. This is Crocodile Sebek part 7 and I call it Coming Out of the Pit of Hell. And this is an example of my first circle inside the hells. My words: the path is full of dangers and much pain along the way. It starts light in the first mountain. It becomes worse as you walk along the second mountain. When descending, I saw people here and there, sitting, some waiting, others stuck, who will try to stop you as they see you moving, working, climbing. In the physical, you can get stuck if you don't obey your intuition. Now, most important, if someone asks you for help, ask your intuition first and obey what your intuition is telling you first. Why do I say this? Because the ego inside people will try to stop you, trap you in their lives, and prevent you from becoming liberated at each step of the way. Beware of emotional attachments, as they will become an obstacle when one is traveling and knows the journey ahead still continues. I say it in this way for you to understand that in this path you won't settle or you won't reach firm ground until you reach the third mountain. Now I put this video, watch again video number 23 on getting stuck on the second mountain, and let's see, here it is. Let's see if we can hear.
And try not to commit them again. So if you happen to arrive in time to the second mountain, you will be facing this same situation. Why? Because no one can pass on to the third mountain accompanied in a marriage. Yes, here this is the crucifixion, is the end, where the person leaves behind his spouse or her spouse and moves on to the third mountain on his own.
Up to there, so I already given you this video. You can watch it again, all over again. Do so, please. And then I repeat, we don't get liberated together as a couple, but we reach liberation one by one. So now this is an astral experience, changing topics, of when I was coming out from my first circle of the moon, out of the hells, which accordingly contains 96 laws in density. Remember that it takes a long time to kill the egos down there inside each infernal circle. And watch again video 100. So forgive me for my swearing words. I recorded the conversation with the exact words as it happened when I woke up. So I will say the word trouble instead. And I found this in my diary. This is an old experience in the astral from October 2011. So I read, I was in a pit of bare land and rocks, climbing up. I saw a very slim man saying, "Help me." And I said, "I can't. You are in deep trouble." "Am I?" he asked. "Yes, like in the poo of an elephant," I replied. The man sort of realized his situation around him. So I continued climbing up. Suddenly, I am now next to another man who is sort of under a bridge in the darkness, and I say, "Can you help me count?" I was holding like a small wind chimes. "How many Cyclades are there?" Now remember the mud. If you see people buried in mud in the astral, people have to clean their own mud or egos. Yes, you cannot do that for them. So I have given you the teaching on how to clean your own mud, and I can't clean it for you, nor can I pick you up and take you to the top of the third mountain. Yes, you have to deal with your own egos, kill them by yourself. And remember, the musical instruments in the astral are related to the hydrogen C12 as we go ascending by octaves for each body, the astral, the mental, and the causal. Yes, see video 69. Now let's continue. This is the second part of the astral experience. The man replied, 8,000. How many? 8,000, he said. In my head, I could not believe how deep that pit was. And the pit is surrounded by these Cyclades or rings of circles that you go ascending. Then I'm back in the pit, climbing the Cyclades. I know I'm coming out. The end of that hole is just above my head. 1 or 2 more rings. I look back and I see 2 women saying, "Stay with us." They were dressed beautifully in white robes, extending their arms towards me. I was a man in all this dream. "No," my answer came out. "I want to come out now." An honest answer from my heart. The charms of the 2 girls did not hypnotize me this time, and I woke up. Now, I am a man because women who do the path become male, as I explained already in video 96. I want to point out that the number 8,000 refers to tarot card number 8. And here is the card, the 8 years of Job. That at that time I had not done it yet when this astral experience took place. Yes. So here now we are going to see what Master Samael says about tarot card number 8. Yes. Master Samael says, in the waters of life, the serpent is showing biting its own tail, forming the sign of the Divine Mother, the Infinite. Yes, 0. The serpent, which forms the figure of the circle, is the synthesis of that marvelous message of Lord Quetzalcoatl. In the vertical position, it illustrates the idea of the divine viper devouring the soul and spirit of man, or finally, the sexual flames consuming the animal ego, annihilating it, reducing it to ashes. And here I put this image of the Buddha, so you understand that the divine serpent, after the second mountain, devours us. Yeah, so we become serpents. Now, either we are swallowed by the good serpent, the Divine Mother Kundalini, after the second mountain, or the bad serpent, the tempting serpent of Eden, the serpent of lust, Medusa, whose head Perseus cuts in the second mountain. So see video 15 for the 2 serpents. A woman is kneeling upon a tumulus, a mound of stones, of 3 steps. That is the symbol for the arcanum AZF. It means from A to Z, we need the fire. Yes, the water represents the woman, plus the fire, the man. It means consciousness. Really, without the woman, no magician is able to receive the sword, says Master Samael. In the left hand, the woman holds the sword of power, pointing upwards, and with her other hand, she balances the scales. This means that there must be a balance between the mind, the heart, and the sex. And then we have Ra, or Kether, appears on the upper part of the card. Arcanum number 8 is judgment. The 8 is the number of Job, tests and sufferings. See video 102. The esoteric sense of this is represented by the sword. In Arcanum number 8 are contained the initiatic tests. Each initiation, each grade has its tests. The initiatic tests become more and more demanding in accordance with the initiatic grade. The number 8 is the level of Job. This sign, this number, signifies tests and sufferings. Initiatic tests are realized in the superior worlds and in the physical world. The tests of initiation are truly terrible. Great patience is needed so as not to fall to the abyss. We are tested many times. Yes, that's what the master says in the book. There were also still 8 rings or spheres on top of me. Remember that the hells, there are 9, yes, spheres of hells. And on my journey ahead that I needed to climb to get out completely of the hells or inferior dimensions. Now, there is another phrase here. A sharpened razor's edge is hard to cross. The dangers of the path. Wise seers proclaim them. That is from Katha Upanishad. And Master Samael states, the initiate must travel with determination along the path of the razor's edge. There are terrifying abysses on either side of this difficult road. On the difficult path to the dissolution of the ego, there are complex passages which have their roots precisely in the real path. Obviously, from the path of the razor's edge, multiple paths diverge, which lead nowhere. Some of them take us to the abyss and despair. There are paths which can transform us into the majesties of this or that zone of the universe. However, they can never return us to the bosom of the eternal, universal, cosmic Father. There are fascinating paths of a most holy, ineffable appearance. Unfortunately, they can only lead us into the submerged devolution of the infernal worlds. In the work of the dissolution of the I, we need to devote ourselves completely to the innermost Christ. At times, problems appear which are difficult to resolve. Suddenly, the path is lost in an inexplicable labyrinth, and we do not know where it continues. Only absolute obedience to the innermost Christ and the Father who is in secret can, in such instances, wisely guide us. And I put there your intuition. The path of the razor's edge is full of danger, both inside and out. Samael Aunware. Now going back to Sebek, remember this. The path of the razor's edge becomes very dangerous with Sebek trying to get you back to the bottom of the pit of hell from where you managed to get out. Once you have finished working in the 9th sphere, killing the egos in the 9 inferior dimensions, then you will see yourself coming out of a huge pit like the one in video 98 that I already showed you. Yes, it's like this one. Again, here we have the pit hell of Turkmenistan. And let's continue. In the astral, I remember climbing up and getting out of a huge pit again, yeah, but many years later, of course, after that first astral experience. That was in 2011, so yes. Now, but this time it was for the very last time. I came out and I did look back. I realized how huge that pit hell is and how many millions of people are living inside due to their ego that keeps them imprisoned in there. I woke up feeling relieved that it was finally done, that I have come out after so many years and so much struggle. Like Master Samael says, we must have continuity of purpose and speaks of super efforts till the end. People are like fish, I say, who live inside water but do not realize where they are until coming out. After the second mountain, you will see yourself getting out of a huge hole inside the earth. In the physical, my intuition showed me this movie one night. Yeah, so I advise you to watch it if you're interested. It's called The Core. It was released in 2003. As I said earlier, I lost the will to live 2 times while doing the second mountain, but I kept going for one reason. yeah, that motivated me, and that was my son. I forgot how to smile. I forgot what it meant to be happy, and could not trust in people once I got out from all the hills. But my son, full of love, was and has been a great balm for my broken heart, and gave me much love that I needed to become whole again. And in this way, we started a new, happier life. I mean, free from the clutches of the ego inside our home. Even though Ahriman, the constant danger, was and is still outside till the end of the third mountain, throwing attacks. Now, my advice for when walking the path: do not think of your pain every time you feel pain inside. Better you think of people outside. Think of their endless pain and pass the teachings so they can find a way out. Do something for them. In spreading the teachings, cosmic law will be washing your pain. Thanks for watching. This is the end of this video, and I'll see you soon.